Hey guys, it's Miss Barlett. We're getting ready to work on a really fun drawing project I think you're going to enjoy. We're going to be focusing on this really lovely Statue of Liberty picture that was painted by the artist Romero Britto that we just learned about. Today, you're going to follow along with some drawing instructions. I'm going to draw the face, the hair, the crown, the neck, and the shoulders of the Statue of Liberty. And we're going to draw a little bit differently today. Today, you're going to start on a sheet of paper, and we're going to be using oil pastels for our drawing today. I'd like for you to start, though, by writing your name with a pencil on the back of your paper. And I'd also like for you to write your classroom code. So it's either T5, E5, K5, B5, whatever the first letter of your teacher's name is, and the number 5. Turn your paper over to the back. Turn your name over to the back, put your pencil away, and we're ready to draw with oil pastel. Now, you'll probably remember a few things about oil pastels. One of the most important things for us today is that you can't fix your mistakes. You can't erase oil pastel. So you're going to draw lightly and draw carefully, and I'm going to draw really slowly so you can keep up. If you draw really fast and you've got the hang of it, I'm going to ask you today just to be patient and let your friends draw with you. So just be patient, okay? The first shape we're going to draw is going to be the shape of the Statue of Liberty's face. And this face is kind of angular, not quite as curvy as our actual faces. And I'm going to start in the middle of my paper right here. So I'm going to start on this side and go down, over to sort of a point, then up and up one more time like this, okay? And that's going to be her face. Your paper is actually larger than mine, but you are still drawing in the middle for her face. The next shape I'm going to draw is going to be the Statue of Liberty's crown. Now I'm noticing that my face is a little short here, so I'm going to make it a little bit longer, like that. Her crown is going to be a rainbow shape or an arch that goes from one side to the other. Now when I'm drawing that shape, I don't want to drag my hand across my paper because the oil pastel will smear. So I'm going to lift my hand up a little bit and only put the tip of the oil pastel on the paper. And I'm going to start on one side and draw a rainbow shape slowly to the other side, like that. Next, I'm going to draw a similar line, a parallel line that goes in the same direction as this rainbow shape. But first, I'm going to go up. I'm going to make a diagonal line that goes up on the left, the same line on the right, and then a rainbow shape that goes across to the other side like that. Okay? I'm going to finish her crown before I start working on her face. So over here on the right, this little diagonal line that I just drew is going to come up and off the side of my paper. I'm going to do the same thing on the left, up and off the edge of the paper. Okay? Now her crown has these beautiful spikes that come up, and each spike is going to need 2 lines, and they're shaped kind of like triangles, so the lines are going to get closer together as they come up. So I'm going to draw a line close to the line I just drew, but it's going to become closer as I go out like that. They don't have to touch. They just get a little bit closer. And I'm going to do the same thing on the left. See, this side isn't touching, and that's okay. They can be different. Now she's going to look kind of crazy for a minute because next I'm going to draw the spike that comes up right in the middle, so she's going to look kind of like a unicorn. So I'm going to draw a line, again, not rubbing my hand across my artwork, just the tip of the oil pastel. I'm going to come up, and it's going to lean just a little bit because it's going to become a triangle too. And then in this empty space, I'm going to draw 2 more triangles. So you're going to figure out a way to make 2 more of them fit. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Again, you want these lines to go off the edge of your paper, and they don't have to touch. Like this one touches, but they don't have to. Okay? Now, if you're working and you're noticing that the oil pastel is smudged a little bit, it's not a huge deal because we're going to be painting over this white paper. You just want to be careful. The next thing we're going to draw is her hair, her face, her neck, and her shoulders. Okay? So I'm going to draw her hair. She has a very stylized hairstyle. I'm going to start sort of in the middle, and I'm going to draw a curve to the right and a curve to the left. And then inside the shape, I'm going to draw another curve and another curve. On the edges, I'm not going to draw the edges yet. First, I'm going to draw her neck. We'll do that first. So her neck is going to be one line that comes close to the bottom of your paper, but not quite. She has a nice elongated neck. Might be a little exaggerated. That means longer than you would actually see in real life. From here, I'm going to draw her arms. Now, one arm is going to be down, so this shoulder is going to come over and curve down to the bottom like that. This shoulder is going to have a line. I'm going to start out here a little bit. It's going to curve down to the middle like that. And then I'm going to add another line. This is going to be her arm that's raised because she's holding a torch in her other hand. So I'm going to draw that comes up off the edge of the paper. And I'm going to finish her long gown over here like that. So it looks kind of like a letter V here in the middle. So that's her shoulder with her arm down and her shoulder with her arm up in the air. Okay? Now I can finish her hair. Now that her neck is there, I know kind of where to stop. So over here on the right, I'm going to draw a sort of triangle shape. I'm going to start here at her crown, and I'm going to come out and back into her neck, kind of like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Start here at her crown, come down and out, and go back into her neck like that. Okay, we're getting there. Almost done. Her face is very simply drawn. There's not a lot of detail, so it's going to be pretty easy. Her nose actually starts on the line where her hair is, and it's sort of like a curvy capital letter L. So I'm going to start here and come down to about the middle of her face and go over like that. Romero Britto actually illustrates her with her eyes closed. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have closed eyes with curves like that. If you want to draw a little smile with the same kind of smile shape that I drew up here for her mouth, you can. But if you want it to look more like real lips, you can do this. You can start with a smile shape, a little small smile shape. And then on the bottom, you're just going to bring it down a little bit right in the middle, like that. And then at the top, you're going to draw a little triangle shape on the right and a little triangle shape on the left. Again, that's optional. If you want to draw just a smile shape, that's okay too. And we finished our drawing. So what you're going to do today, if you have what I have right now, you can put your oil pastel away, and we're going to start painting. The only color that you're going to be using today is red. You'll have extra colors next week, and in the next few weeks we'll have some additional colors. But today you're going to choose a few portions of your painting to paint red, And I want you to think about where the red is going to go. If you want the whole background to be red, you can do that. If you want her crown to be red, you can do that too. But keep in mind, you don't want the whole thing to be red, because next week we'll have light blue and medium blue, and you'll have some variety. You'll have other chances to add color, so don't paint the whole thing red. When you're painting, you want your brush to come close to the oil pastel without going across. Even if you're painting two of these shapes that are the same color, you don't want to drag your wet paintbrush across the oil pastel, because again, they will smear. Okay, the cool thing about painting over the oil pastels gently is that you will still be able to see these beautiful black lines. So you'll know where your eyes, nose, and mouth go. You can paint over the mouth gently. It won't smear too much, but you'll still be able to see it. And our last step will be to use black paint to go over these lines one more time so they really pop. I hope you had fun. These pictures look awesome.